Hey guys, and welcome back to Narcissu 2. So, let's just jump right back in. And then, how she had been called a devoted Catholic earlier? I had a feeling there was a link. Also, I need to turn this down because I completely forgot again. Whoops. Okay. What? What's with that mystified face? Eh? It's not like I've been given any sort of power. I'm a former helper, now a resident of the 7th floor. It's just, my career had been a bit long, so my face is known, that's all. And she added that, while she was my age, she had come in and out of here often. From those words, having a long career didn't simply mean being a helper. Now that she mentioned it, she had once said that Catholics were involved in various public welfare activities. Looking at it like that, probably it was just as Chihiro-san said. Himiko-san might be a devoted Christian. What's wrong? Was there still something you wanted to ask? Why doesn't Himiko-san pray or anything? Pray? Me? Well, you're a devoted Christian, right? Let's see. If you don't like fake Catholic, former Christian would work too. That would mean that in the past it was true, but now it wasn't. Then why don't you pray anymore? Nope. Firmly denied. And while I'm at it, let me say, there is a prayer. Then there is also a curse, don't you think? I didn't really get it, was suddenly asked such a question. I couldn't gather my thoughts. And there was the problem that I didn't know the difference between prayers and curses. And besides that, I've been thinking about going tomorrow. Remember? We couldn't that time before. Did she mean the thing about the pineapple tree, even though pineapples don't grow on trees? In the end, we went to just before the station that day, but gave up and came back. She had said we'd go again at a later date, but how are we going? It's fine! Leave it to One-san. Anyways, since we're going out, don't forget to pack lunch! As the sun was slowly setting, once again today, the two of us sat around the dinner table. Eh? Tomorrow, lunch for two. Is it okay? Because tomorrow I was going out with Himiko-san. I tried asking for a lunch for two. However, even though my health had been good lately, if Mother said no, I was planning on giving up on the idea. I guess not. Oh, of course I can! Your mom will put extra effort into them for you. Instead of worrying about me, Mother simply gave her okay. In fact, she seemed even happier than usual. So your friend Himiko-san, are there things she doesn't like? Broccoli? Got it. Then I'll make sure not to put any in. Oh yes, next time if it's fine with her, get her to come home to play. Whew. Falling back under the bed, I let out a big sigh. I'm sure that Mother thinks that Himiko-san was a normal hospital patient or a nurse. At the least, she wasn't thinking that it was someone from the 7th floor. The fries were like this. Himiko-san was also like this. The happier Mother got. My heart hurts. Was this what they called a sense of guilt? Yes, that's exactly what it is. Oh god. Okay. Chapter 10, Pineapple Tree. At a slightly earlier time than usual, I headed to the hospital. The lunch is in the tote bag in my hand, numbered 2. Since it was hot, Mother also prepared a frozen water bottle for me. I wasn't sure how far we were going, but I was pretty sure she spoke about going all the way to the ocean before. Setsumi-san! Oh, whoops. Setsumi-san. Chihiro-san. To be honest, I was looking for you. And from her pocket, she took something out and offered it to me. This. Could you give it to One-san or Chan for me? A key? What I accepted was a shining silver key. Is this for a car? Yes. If you tell her it's parked in the rear parking lot, I think she'd understand. Well, do that for me, please? With those final words, once again Chihiro-san rushed off somewhere. It couldn't be. I didn't think she was planning on going by car, but... Or maybe there was someone else to drive? As I wondered about it, I went to Himeko-san as I was told. The elevator bell chimed. Peeking into the lounge and seeing that she wasn't there, I headed to the hospital room. After knocking, I opened the door. "Good morning, you're early today." That's what I was told to do. And this, I was told to hand this over. As I answered, I showed her the key I was given earlier. "Thanks, so shall we go?" As if it were perfectly natural, Himeko-san took the key. Was she really planning on going by car? We came to the parking lot. Since it was just the time in the morning when outpatients came in, the area near the entrance was packed with cars. And then, walking a while in the parking lot, as we came to the farthest part, there it is! It's been a while. She stopped in front of a car, a red-colored open top. However, that car, as far as I could see, was made for two. At that point, the theory that there was some other driver vanished. So, it's a good car, isn't it? Never mind that, is it okay to drive? Legally, sure. That wasn't what I meant, though. It's dangerous. If we crash, yeah? Oh, it'll be fine. I know already, okay? Even like this, I'm telling you, I know about my own body more than anyone else. Even if you say that, I don't know how much trust I can put in it. Look, even I wouldn't drive if I thought it'd really be dangerous. Really? Yes, the road isn't for me to drive on by myself after all. The car door slammed shut, and after saying that, Himeko-san quickly got into the car. So, what are you going to do? There's a seat empty on one side here. Alright already. Raising a light engine noise, the red open top started running. Moving from the usual familiar streets, past the neighborhood supermarket I occasionally went to, passing 3 intersections in moments, we suddenly went onto a large road. But I wondered, just where in the world was she planning on going? Before she said that it was about 2 hours by train, so I think it'd be quite a distance, but as I thought that, I sat next to her and stared at the view. What? Oh, sorry, did I jolt you? A bit. Hey, bear with it, okay? It's been a long time since I've driven, so until I get my sense back. Before it came to that, I thought her driving felt rough. In reality, she probably wasn't going that fast, but maybe because there was no roof, even the slightest swerve was extremely scary. Say, a bit slower. The tire squealed. Huh? Did you say something? Nothing. I decided to quietly grip the seatbelt tightly. My hair was going to be a disaster from the wind, but I'll live with that. Already, the sight of me desperately gripping onto the seatbelt with both hands might have been a bit ridiculous looking. Huh? Setsumi, what are you doing? Don't worry about me. Around when? If you look around, the scenery was changing from being in the city to a beautiful green, and Himeko-san had finally regained her driving sense. Or maybe I was the one who had gotten used to that driving. In either case, it got to the point where we could calmly talk. So? Open tops aren't bad, are they? The wind feels good. Yeah! This feeling of being one with nature is great, right? Certainly, I didn't think so in the city, but here in the middle of this natural place, it felt very liberating and nice. And even as we spoke about this, cars driving in the next lane were constantly passing us. At first, I had thought Himeko-san's driving was scary, but it seemed that she really was driving safely. What sort of car? Oh, you're interested in cars? Not particularly, it's not that, but... There wasn't any deep meaning behind the question. Just for no real reason I wanted to know. However you pronounce that, a roadster. Yeah! Is it an amazing car? Nothing to be surprised about. Just that I like it. And I don't have air conditioning or a navigation system, an old car. And then Himiko-san taught me many things about the car. How it was the first generation NA model, what the power-weight ratio was. She continued talking as best she could about technical things. Hey, an AE86 just passed us, often known as the Toyota Corolla for those who haven't been exposed to the initial D series. Oh, okay. As she spoke, she pointed at one car passing in the next lane. Getting passed by that somehow makes you angry, doesn't it? And then Himiko-san continued on about midship layouts and rotary engines, always passionately talking about these mysterious things. Le Mans? That was some kind of dessert, I think? Of course, for me, I had no clue what they were, but Himiko-san really loved cars, and obviously I don't, because I have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. That made itself clear even to me. But it's strange. What is? It's running better than I thought it would, considering that for a long time it had been untouched, you see. The roadster continued on, its red hood reflecting the summer sky as it ran, and when you looked up, the sky that had been behind us was coming right overhead. We passed through the long, long mountain road, and then before our eyes spread the sea. Well, isn't it a great view? A shoreline that continued endlessly, summer sunlight that sparkled and reflected off emerald waves, far away swaying pine groves, distant voices of seagulls, and then what could be seen along the sides of the roads were many phoenix palms. Himiko-san said that they were something like pineapple trees, and as she had mentioned before, each and every one of them was big. This is our destination? Yeah, in a few moments. There's a spot I've been to a few times before where there's a place we can stop. Okay, we're here. Along the road, running parallel to the sea was a shoulder that seemed to be for emergency stopping. There was space for 2 or 3 cars to stop, but since there was no traffic, it wasn't likely that another car would come. Stopping the car in that place, we got out of the car. Hey, what canned juice do you want? Lemon tea. Roger, just wait a bit. Here you go. Mixed with the crashing of waves, the quick sound of pull tabs rang out, and then Himiko-san, facing the sea with her hand on her hip, swallowing loudly. Ah, delicious! As if coming out of the bath and drinking a milk, she gulped down the orange juice in one go. And for no real reason, I also put my hand on my hip and tried gulping down the lemon tea in one go. Then, we walked toward the sea, spread out before our eyes. This is a beautiful place, isn't it? Yeah, it's a spot I kinda like, I suppose. Whoops, you came here often before? Not really, but once in a while. Well, originally I came across it by chance anyway. By chance? Well, you see, that car's got no navigation system, right? So the first time I just drove around and got here. As she answered, Himiko-san's face was just a little different from usual. It was somehow lonely, somehow nostalgic, a complicated kind of face. Alright, instead of that we had a goal, right? Just as what she said registered, she began rummaging through the trunk of the car. Then, taking out a small saw-like object, she started walking towards a large phoenix palm by the roadside. Did she really mean to cut one down? Say, what's that? Oh? You don't know about hacksaws. They're really made for cutting metals, but they can cut well. I didn't mean that. What do you plan on doing? Obviously cutting! Just a little 5 centimeters worth. As she spoke, she placed the hacksaw against the phoenix palm. I had a feeling it was better to stop, but just how serious Himiko-san herself was, I didn't know. Or maybe, if it's just 5 centimeters, it didn't matter so much? As I worried about these things alone. Yeah, I think I'll stop. Saying that, she once again returned the hacksaw to the trunk of the car. Whew! She decided to give up? Or had she not been serious from the start? there's still eyes around. When it's a bit darker, I'll do it. It's not like she gave up at all. Burning sunlight, moist sea breeze, and the scent of the ocean. Once in a while, a number of seagulls came close. On that kind of beach, the two of us started a late lunch. Your mother is good at cooking, isn't she? Because for today she tried extra hard. I see, what a good mother. Speaking about these things, we ate our lunch. Sitting upon the street, or not the street, the sheet Himiko-san prepared. It was a lunch party where the two of us put on straw hats to keep off the sun. Almost like pigeons in a park. When we gave the seagulls crumbled croquets, they fiercely snapped them up. Looking at those silly figures, the two of us laughed. This feeling, how long has it been, I wonder? I couldn't help but think that. Looks like she still thinks you like them? The words came out as she looked at the fries that were always there. At those words, I couldn't help but fall silent. She had said it wasn't kindness. In other words, it probably meant that if I don't like them, then there was a kindness in saying so. Even I understood that. Understood, but reddening her hands, doing it for me, in front of such a happy mother to say that sort of thing, knowing just how sad it would make her. That much even I knew. I felt something behind me. When I looked, Himiko-san was gently patting me on the back. As if calming a crying child, she continued to pat my back. Well, there's no helping it. If it's not as easy as just saying it after all. Himiko-san. Yeah, it'd be nice if someday you can come out and say it, right? You know, it's a really hard thing, but in reality, saying a bunch of selfish things might be just right, you know? Saying that, she gave me a smile. With her usual cheery face, she gently encouraged me. Chapter 11. Vintage Wine. The sea breeze stopped, and the long summer day began drawing to a close. Around went the waves, the sky, and everything that could be seen was stained orange. Well, it's getting to a good enough time, I guess. As she spoke, Himiko-san once again went to get the hacksaw. For an already sparsely traveled place, she probably had been waiting for this even more opportune time. And in the middle of that, a single car came down the road in front of us. For some reason, it was headed straight for where we were. Looks like a car's come. That's odd, for someone to stop in such a place. What stopped before our eyes was an unknown subcompact car. Beyond the lace curtains, what could be seen in the car were lots of stuffed toys and numerous accessories. That was, without a doubt, the car of someone with girlish interests. Strange car. Indeed, frilly interiors in this day and age just don't exist anymore. In front of the car that stopped before us, we both gave our impressions. And then the owner of the strange car slowly opened the door. Oh no, it's her friend. Hey, you're looking well! You're... Yuka? What a coincidence meeting you in such a place. Yes, an unbelievable coincidence. Seemed to be someone Himiko-san knew. Who was that? A short, cute-looking person who suited the frilly clothing she wore. Himiko-san herself said that she knew many people at the hospital, but the person before my eyes didn't seem like that sort of person. By the way, what's with that tacky car? Quiet, you! It's better than your junker, and hey, even though it looks like this, it's a new car! And jeez, don't make a paper driver long... Wait, don't make a paper driver... Oh, okay. Don't make a paper driver drive long distances. And you should think about your age, okay? Your age! What was this? This feeling? It seemed like an argument and also didn't seem to amount to a conversation, and yet somehow it just didn't feel like that at all. Whew. But well, how should I say? Yuka. Thanks. Well, what are you saying all of a sudden? This and that, and this and that. It must have been you who maintained the car for me, right? I know nothing about that. It's just a coincidence. Well then, I'll also leave it at that for you. The very happily conversing Himeko-san, out of all the times that I've seen Himeko-san up to now, this expression was a first. And the person she spoke to, by her words, was always angry. But it didn't feel like that at all. Well, I'll be going. The door opened and slammed shut again. With just that little conversation, the woman quickly got back into her own car, as if she might not have known just why she had even come. Oh god, okay, well I am all out of time for this episode, guys. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up down below. And I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!